Hello, this is Chinmayi from Rest by Gardens. COVID-19. What just happened? Sometimes I have to really sit down and reflect. How did we actually get here? What did it feel like for you as we came through all these changes? Didn't it feel like we lost control of so much of our lives? Everything was affected, or at least put on hold, wasn't it? Including our goals, our dreams, and our plans. How many of your social events, your holidays and routines were thrown into a whirlwind of question marks? We had no idea what was to come, did we? I remember the first lockdown. It was supposed to be 3 weeks, and I'm thinking, I can do this. I moved home and I drove 3 hours through the night with my 2 dogs in the back of the car that night of the announcement, thinking, it's okay, it'll soon be over. 3 months later, my world had literally turned upside down, physically, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. At the time of recording this, almost a year and a half has passed, and we find ourselves consciously keeping calm and carrying on almost on a daily basis. As we approach the autumn and winter in the UK, fears of another lockdown can't be ignored, as reported case numbers start to increase again. But when we look back, it's not all bad. We've learned so many new skills and grown so many new coping mechanisms for a situation that's pretty much been unpredictable from the outset. Let's take a look at how we've adapted. Some of the physical effects. Who knew that we'd be carrying a mask in our pocket and dispensing hand sanitizer walking into public places? Who knew that that would be a thing? And everyone had a different story, didn't they? We were comparing ourselves to others and other countries, not knowing whether our governments really knew what they were doing. And then there was all the conspiracy theories. There was a rabbit hole, all 3 I went down, trying to figure out how this could possibly have happened. And stockpiling. Remember the videos of people fighting in supermarkets over toilet paper? What a frenzy. So much fear. Working life changed for most of us. Some of us not going to work or working from home or not being able to conduct any business or reach our customers. We didn't see extended family and friends for what seemed like an eternity, coupled with the actual fear of getting COVID, seeing others getting COVID, some of us losing loved ones to COVID, or maybe even today seeing them struggling with the long-term effects of this unprecedented pandemic. Lifestyles changed, if only for a while. For some of the employed, they were maybe at home, furloughed, and every day was like a Saturday. Here in the UK, we had a hot summer in 2020. We were eating differently and cooking more at home before eateries reopened. Some of us were drinking more alcohol at home than we normally would, doing more improvements on the home, homeschooling, entertaining our kids more at home when they couldn't see their friends. And remember, the lockdown had an almost immediate impact on the environment, which showed us what is possible when we move about less. How did this impact your health personally? Many of us gained weight or formed some unhealthy habits during lockdown. In the US, there was a 14% increase in alcohol abuse during lockdown. And what about the effects of our mental health? As well as the obvious effect of the threat of catching coronavirus and passing it on to our families, there have been so many factors that have affected our mental health during the pandemic. Unemployment, closure of schools, financial struggles, social isolation, no physical contact, relationship difficulties, to name a few, have all played a part. In one recent study group, 41% of participants reported at least one mental health issue as a direct result of the pandemic. At the time of this recording, the effects of the pandemic are still increasing, and there are still lockdowns happening all over the world. Resources are stretched everywhere, especially in the area of mental health. So we at Gardens of Eden have decided to make a series called COVID Times. This isn't to replace your proper medical interventions, but to complement them. We're going to be sharing information about some of the struggles that you're reporting and small ways that you can help yourself naturally through this process. There are a plethora of natural remedies and traditional practices that can help you through life, that have been tried and tested for hundreds of years. We would love to share some of these with you. In this series, we'll be discussing topics like what is a virus and what is it not, how to support your immune system naturally, foods for managing stress and uncertainty, addictions and habits and tendencies, what's the difference, weight gain and dieting, anxiety and panic attacks, traditional remedies that are available without prescription, and how you can best manage your emotions such as fear and worry. What there is to be grateful for right now and why this is important. Spiritual self-care, finding a deeper meaning to your life, reflective practices, being in the moment, and stress and its effect on your relationships. We're so excited to share some hope and ancient wisdom and practices with you through this series. And we would like to know what you want to share or learn more about. What's been your experience of the pandemic in terms of your health and wellness? Leave a comment below. And finally, please subscribe so you will know as soon as a new episode is released. If you wish to remain anonymous, you can send us a message on direct message in Instagram. We are at rest_by_gardens, and we'd love to hear from you. Meanwhile, take gentle care of yourself until we talk to you again.